Do you know what's the easiest and best thing you can do right now to get unstuck and upgrade any area of your life? Robbins famously said, "The quality of your life is a direct reflection of the quality of the questions you're asking yourself." Good questions are the easiest way to get out of a rut, elevate your mood, expand your vision for yourself and your life, and most importantly, shift your energy. Learning to ask yourself better questions will prevent you from going in circles, recreating more of the same, and instead consciously create a better future for yourself. Especially if you feel stuck and uninspired, you need to ask yourself better questions. Being a coach, I'm a big fan of questions, but I don't only use them in my work, I also use them to improve my personal life. So in this video, I want to share with you some of my favorite questions. You don't have to answer them all at once. You could pick just one per week. Some of those questions I only answer a couple of times a year. But if you do it, you will start creating a better, more fulfilling life for yourself. Question 1. What's my number one priority right now? Have you read the book Essentialism? The core idea of the book is doing fewer things, the most important ones, and doing them better. It's about being clear on your priorities and designing your life around them. The question, what's my number one priority right now, will help you stay focused on what truly matters to you and not get sidetracked by less important things. It'll also prevent you from spending all your precious time satisfying the demands of everyone else but not satisfying your own needs. I like to set two priorities, one from my work life and one from my personal life. For example, my work priority for today is to film videos, and my personal life priority is to call my mom. There are other things I want to do today, but those are the most important ones. If you ask yourself this question every morning, I can almost promise you that your degree of satisfaction with yourself and your life will increase. The second question is, how do I want to feel today? Everything we do in life, like all the actions we take, all the decisions we make, is to feel good or avoid feeling bad. We constantly seek good feelings like joy, excitement, adventure, peace. And we also do our best to avoid bad feelings like regret, anxiety, fear. So a good way to start each day is to ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? Your answer won't be the same every day. Some days you'll want to feel relaxed, other days you'll want to feel free, other days you'll want to feel excited. And once you identify the feeling you crave in the moment, then you can identify at least one activity that you can do that day to feel that way. That's a very easy way to have a good day. Next is, who do I envy or admire and why? When someone starts working with me in coaching, it's because they want help to make their lives better. They want to find their purpose and do their life's work. They want more fulfillment, happiness, and meaning. But they often don't know what will make them feel that way. They don't know what kind of work they would love to do, what kind of lifestyle will make them happy. If you feel that way too, then a good place to start is to look at the people you admire and even envy. What are they doing that you would like to do? What qualities do they have that you would like to cultivate yourself? What have they accomplished that you aspire to achieve too? This question will help you gain clarity about what you want. What would I do if I had only 1 year to live? Here, I invite you to make a list of all the things you would do if you had only 1 year to live. I call this the elevated bucket list. It only contains the things you really want. And then look at your list and pick one thing that you can do this week. Perhaps it's to tell your mom you love her more often. Perhaps it's to spend more time playing with your kids. Or maybe it's to write a book or overcome a fear. Doing the things on your elevated bucket list will make sure that you don't live with regrets in the future. Next is, how do I want people to remember me? That's an important question because we tend to focus more on achievements than becoming better humans. When I asked myself this question for the first time a few years ago, I realized that I wouldn't want people to say, oh, Emilie was a very busy person, always working on her business. And that's where most of my time and energy were focused at that time. I thought I would prefer to be remembered as a joyful and peaceful person whose presence uplifted people. I tend to ask myself this question about twice a year, and it helps me put my priorities back in the right place. So, how do you want to be remembered? Next is, if I won the lottery, what would I change about my life? We often hear, if you won the lottery, what would you do with the money? But I found that asking ourselves what we would change about our current life leads to more specific and down-to-earth answers. You could scan the different areas of your life, for example, your health, your relationships, your work, and then see what you would change if you won the lottery in each area. What would you start doing and what would you stop doing? And then see what things you could stop or start doing right now, even if you haven't won the lottery yet. Next is, what's my biggest source of stress and what's one thing I can do to reduce its negative impact on my life? We all have problems or things that aren't optimal in our lives, but we all know that complaining about an issue is not going to solve it. So this question will help you focus on solutions and start taking action to make the situation better. Let's say you're very busy at work on top of everything else you have to do outside of work in your personal life. What can you do to make the situation better? Perhaps you could hire someone to clean your house, or maybe you can learn to cook like 10-minute healthy meals, or maybe you can wake up 30 minutes earlier to have some time for yourself to maybe read a book or do some yoga before going to work. This question forces us to be more creative and more resourceful. I like to journal about it at least once a month, and it's been very helpful to me to proactively find solutions to my problems. And I found that when we train ourselves to focus on solutions, we become more resilient because we know that whatever happens, we can always find a way to make the situation better. If you have other or perhaps better questions that you like to ask yourself, please share them with us in the comments below. And that's it for me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you did by giving it a thumbs up and subscribe if you aren't. And I wish you a beautiful week, and I'll see you next week.